The windup and the 2-2 pitch. Oh, no, sir, wait a minute. The batter is calling for time. Looks like he's going and getting himself a new bat. And now there's a beach ball on the field. And the ball boys are discussing which one of them's gonna go get it.
I never realized how boring this game is.
Ever since about April 2021, I've been doing a podcast about adult animation with my friend Johnny Tucello, called Cartoons That Curse. I feel like I should say this because despite the fact that there is a clip from an episode in every mid-roll, some of y'all just go blind for that part of the video, I guess, as well as seeing that the soundtrack is always in the description. Hey, while I'm still on y'all, what's up with this sea of people that see me and go, huh? So that's what Tariq looks like. So y'all niggas just don't see the profile picture? The first series we talked about in full was Futurama, starting off with the first 4 production seasons, then the movies, then the Comedy Central run, and now we talk about every episode of the new revival weekly as they come out. And while I think our best 2 episodes are these 2 Patreon ones, niggas went grandpa on that Ted 2 one. Talking to Johnny about each episode one by one, even ones that I hadn't seen before, has been really gratifying and has helped me recontextualize the show. One of those recontextualized episodes was Alila of her own. While on the surface it may look like your average standard 4x3 early 2000s Futurama episode, I found out the episode has a very unique to animation message about representation and expectations, all told through Leela herself. So real quick, because I got a flight to catch in a few hours, this is Leela, Futurama, and representation. I don't know where I got this saying the title in the video shit from, but I be killing it. Shit make every video feel like Citizen Kane.
Is his sled. It was his sled from when he was a kid. There, I just saved you 2 long, boobless hours.
Terrific Tariq Lucy's. Real quick, today's video is actually brought to you by Factor. Too busy with your end of summer goals to cook, but still want to make sure that you eat well? With Factor, skip the extra trip to the grocery store and chopping and prepping and cooking it up too, while still getting the flavor and nutrition quality you need. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. So all you gotta do is heat up and enjoy. Then get back to crushing your goals, hitting the gym, getting strong. Level up with gourmet plus options. Prepared to profession by chefs and ready to eat in record time. Treat yourself to upscale meals with premium ingredients like broccolini, leeks, truffle butter, and asparagus. Contrary to popular belief, I am very sick of living rich and dying broke. So Factor definitely helps with budgeting, skipping the grocery store, getting some good eats that I def wouldn't make on my own. It's good vibes. They actually hooked the boy up and these things actually bang. I'm not gonna lie, I see the vision. As y'all can see, they gave me hella chicken, broccoli, pork chops. Fam, is that ratatouille?
I actually have a kid.
Oh, that's sweet. How old is he?
I don't know. How long ago was Ratatouille?
Well, Squalor, make your taste buds holler. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use my code ToonRificTariq50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. That's factor75.com using the code ToonRificTariq50 to get 50% off your first Factor box.
I picked up a vibe just for you to smell the fumes of my strawberry perfumes.
The 48th episode of Futurama is a season 3 episode titled A Leela of Her Own, and it's about Leela becoming the first ever female Blernsball player, which is this mess of an updated version of baseball. It's because she got that mean ass arm.
No batter, no batter. No batter anymore.
Oh, I wonder what the little title card thing for this episode says. I love those.
Kind of funny.
It's when the Planet Express crew were playing a game of Blernsball with the crew from a new pizza spot that just opened up across the street. That they realized that Leela, when pitching, can only beam people in the head. On account of her not having any depth perception, on account of her having one eye, on account of I don't know, I guess that's all the accounts, whatever. While they can't seem to finish a game with her on the field, the crowd loves her because everybody loves to see somebody get hurt. Come on now. The sleazeball manager of the Mets approaches Leela because of just this. While the Mets allegedly suck at Blernsball more than Leela does, save your sports sakes, bro, I don't even know which one LeBron is. They don't draw nearly as big a crowd as she clearly does, giving people concussions. So he immediately signs her to the team.
Oh, you mean I'd be the first woman ever to play Major League Blernsball?
And just that happens, Leela becomes the very first female Blernsball player, becoming a fan favorite, yet still sucks just as much as she did before. If you think that sounds nasty, don't comment on this video, bro. Comment on Jesus, player. Despite being trash because of what she represents, Leela immediately gets offered brand deals and commercials, all types of shit. It's at an autograph signing though that Leela meets Jackie Anderson, voiced by Simpsons Cree Summer, an aspiring ball player who is not happy at all about how Leela plays the game.
I'm doing it for all the struggling female athletes who need a role model.
Yeah, a role model for how to stink.
Whoa. What? Who are you?
Your little freak show is making it impossible for real female ball players to be taken seriously. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Oh my god, I'm watching this while I'm writing this video and I deadass forgot that this makes Leela cry. Aw. Didn't make me cry though, because I'm a fucking man. Leela is fucking destroyed over this and you really feel her. It's almost like this entire time she felt like her just being there was a service. People would cheer, ask for autographs. They loved her, but now it's like she's just now finding out that she's being laughed at. While Leela can't possibly be the best ball player ever because of her already established record, she can damn sure try her hardest not to be the worst, even though they clearly don't want her to.
It's my last chance to prove I'm not the worst player ever. Please put me in.
No! We're actually winning this game! You only go in as a joke when we're 8 runs behind, or when our other pitchers sneak out early to beat the traffic.
She makes it out there and Jackie steps up to the plate on the opposing team. If Leela could get just 1 out, she won't go down as the worst player in the history of the game. She doesn't. She doesn't get the run, man. She doesn't. She flops so hard, it's like she dropped a Hey Arnold video or something. I think this episode really does have a lot to say and introduces several different questions and ideas that I don't really think I've seen explored as often, definitely not in this way. This is gonna sound like a stretch, but I promise I'm gonna make it all make sense. You know who this reminds me of? Tyler Perry. TP was nowhere near the first black filmmaker when he popped out, but he was definitely one that people knew for a while, besides like Spike. If you knew Melvin Van Peebles, that's cute, but I am obviously not talking about you. TP's film reception has been, yeah. And for as long as I can remember, I've known black people who love his work and love what he's done. I swear, if my country ass uncle tell me that I gotta go contact this nigga one more time, I'm a black. While also knowing black people that think that his films are shit, that they give black cinema a bad name, kinda like Leela with Ball. Remember how bright and happy Leela was for this opportunity to be the first woman to play the game, to be a symbol and a role model? I played the clip of her excitement, right? But I purposefully left out this bit that immediately follows it.
Well, yeah, but basically it'd just be a publicity stunt. I figure a one-eyed lady skullbuster might bring out the freak show crowd.
This is kind of what happens in Like Mike, except Buddy was actually good at ball. Leela is clearly being tokenized and used. Her inclusion is not to better the sport. It is to get people that they feel like wouldn't be interested in the sport otherwise to tune in. I don't think I have to tell y'all this, but this is the wrong way to do representation. Not only is Leela being taken advantage of in this instance, but it's clear that her inclusion is only to cash in on the yearn of minorities who desperately want to see themselves represented in new places.
Wow. The first woman ever to play Major League Ball.
Again, yeah, but basically it'd just be
Yippee!
The excitement is mutual too. You can see just how excited Jackie is to see a woman on the field during Leela's first game.
Come on! Throw like a girl!
Because of this drought of women in the sport, Leela is put in a position to where she has to represent all women. Not white women with purple hair, not mutants, not cyclopses, all women. So if she's not good, that means that all women aren't good. But here's the thing. That's not fair, what the fuck? Tyler Perry should be allowed to make his films the way he wants to, without having to feel like he has to speak for everyone's voice. I personally feel like he should reevaluate the way that he writes some of his black woman characters, but that's besides the point. He was good in Gone Girl. Everybody watched Gone Girl. And Leela should be allowed to suck at Ball without feeling the weight of every woman in the galaxy on her back. It's unrealistic and it's unfair to expect her to hold it down for everybody.
When I grow up, I want to injure men by throwing stuff at them, just like you, Leela. Will you sign my magazine?
I love the fact that they included something like this, because it shows that women, or any minority in general, are not a monolith. While Jackie is really defensive and harsh to Leela because of what she feels like she's doing to the game and for how women are seen in the game, this little girl admires her and wants to be like her. It's a little undercut by the girl saying that she's gonna sell it on eBay, but whatever, it's funny, it's a comedy cartoon, it's fine. To bring it back to Tyler Perry, I am positive that there are so many black people, aspiring filmmakers or not, that are relentlessly inspired by TP, regardless of how a lot of people see his films. Do we really have the right to mock Tyler Perry in all of his films, when they are very clearly doing something for so many people? Is it his fault that he is one of the only black filmmakers that people can name? And because of that, does he have a duty to make a certain kind of film, just so he doesn't embarrass the people that he's representing? Or Should he just get out there, make what he wants to artistically, and produce what's in his heart? Because clearly what he produces inspires and uplifts certain people, even if those people aren't me and you. It's worth noting too that I legitimately think that this was done on purpose, this entire discussion on representation. Like, this isn't just me looking too deeply into the episode. I feel like Futurama deliberately stepped outside of itself to make this point. In the third act of the episode, Leela meets Hank Aaron, one of his descendants, both voiced by Aaron himself. While Hank Aaron wasn't the first black baseball player in the MLB, he was definitely early, and he's considered one of the greatest players of all time.
Oh, right. I bet you're gonna tell me he's colored too.
I think the decision of putting the greatest baseball player of all time up against the worst Blurnsball player of all time was a really conscious one. It's exactly the kind of storytelling that Futurama does. And, well, put bluntly, Futurama rarely ever has any black guest stars, so I believe that they were very strategic on how they used their only ones.
Hey, look! The players who broke the various color barriers.
When will man learn that all races are equally inferior to robots?
If Leela doesn't play Blurnsball and give women a bad name in a sport, would Jackie be able to do it her own way, step up to the plate, and give them a good name? I don't know. But what I do know is that regardless of how you feel about Gone with the Wind and how it portrays black people, you do not get a Viola Davis, Angela Bassett, or Oprah Winfrey without Hattie McDaniel. That's a fact. Even the stuff that we think is bad that's supposed to represent us, maybe we shouldn't be so hard on it. Maybe instead of blaming the face for what they do in their time in the spotlight, we should blame the system that tokenizes them. Maybe instead of attacking, we learn from what mistakes we feel like they made along the way. Lead by the example that we wish we had. Because if there's one thing that I've learned from my years of doing videos, is that you definitely learn more from the mistakes of others than anything else. For better or for worse.
It turns out you were an inspiration after all.
I was?
Uh-huh. You were so awful that women everywhere set out to prove they don't stink as bad as you.
I guess I made a difference after all.
You absolutely did, Leela. Now please, please retire. Immediately.
Hey, kid. Catch.
Wait, so is the moral of this video be nicer to Tyler Perry? That doesn't sound right.
Nigga gotta do it again.
Do it.